Yep.
So your off the wall prediction about the Cowboys is starting to.
I don't understand why it was that off the wall though. I mean, the only loss they had was a last second loss to Tampa.
Yeah, but they're catching teams at the right time. The Panthers. No, seriously, Mike. All right, I'll Carolina without McCaffrey and without J.C. Horn. Okay.
Sure.
Philly. Fucking, they're not that good. They
smashed them. But they're smashing
Giants,
teams.
they beat them up because they knocked 3 guys
out. The Giants had a ridiculous amount of injuries, though. It wasn't even just Saquon. It was Saquon, Daniel Jones, 2 receivers, offensive lineman, a defensive lineman.
Jerry Jones should just let his kid run the team, bro, because his team's he's drafting those players, and he's got some serious talent. C.J. Lamb or whatever, C.K. Lamb.
C.D. Lamb, yeah.
What the fuck? That kid looks like he's got a rocket in his ass.
He's the best receiver on that team. He's so good.
And who's the rookie quarterback with the 6 interceptions?
Trayvon Diggs.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Something's going on with my fucking... Oh, wait a minute.
You got Dan Quinn there as a DC from
Atlanta, right?
Atlanta. They're catching the Patriots this week, all banged up. So, like I said, they catch teams at the right time. They're playing the Patriots, and the Patriots are a disaster with missing players if they're going to...
Yeah, but those guys will be back from COVID, though, right?
You said your page forever beat and BADCATZ?
And BADCATZ, and you got to go to Podcast City first.
Yeah, it goes on that one.
All right, yeah. My personal page, and then forever beat.
And then I'm going to do all the groups, and
all the groups. A lot to talk about. I'll tell you something right now. I'm going to start trolling that Tyson Fury on Twitter, and I'm going to say, hey, listen, the last 2 fights... You were out of shape. You blamed your costume because you ran out of gas in the 7th round, right? Who blames his costume? Then you said you're in the best shape of your life and you're out of gas after the 4th round. Okay? Do yourself a favor. My dude. Pick up the phone. Call the Camel. You know what I'm talking about. Pete Corey, Fall River, okay? You know what I mean? He's going to get you out of bed, okay? He's going to pull you away from the distractions and pay the man. Because this is what's happening, right? This is what's happened with ever since you got rid of my boy Pete. This is the truth. Hey, Deontay, listen to me. Tuscaloosa, I'm talking to you, boy. Here, right now, coming down.
I don't know what's next for him now. I mean, who knows? He ain't gonna fight Fury again, obviously, unless Fury can't find nobody else to.
Well, you don't have it on there, Greg?
They won't let me fucking. They said, what the fuck? Fine.
It's like me trying to get on FanDuel all day. I couldn't fucking get on there. I was going crazy.
It's telling me to create a new Facebook account. I don't know why.
Some of those sites sometimes they try to.
Yeah, let me see it. Let me see if I can create fucking.
So do you think?
Want me to share it to you?
You think Harbaugh will pull another Bush move tonight? He's going for that record still tonight for the 100 yards rushing, right?
Another Bush move, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Of course I do. Come on.
I think I might be.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was foolish. Who gives a shit about that record? That's nobody.
I mean, to be honest, like I'm a Broncos fan, right? Obviously, and
so we don't have NFL Week 5 in this thumbnail.
In the thumbnail,
we got Red Sox postseason.
It should say NFL too. I'll fix it.
Yeah.
But I'm a Broncos fan, obviously, but I don't know if I really cared about it. Like they made it a lot bigger deal than it should have been. If you don't want him to get the record, then stop him.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I mean, he did tell them they were going to go for that record at the end of this. So he kind of like told them before the game, if we're close, we're going for it.
Who's this?
Harbaugh, supposedly.
Yeah, it was the last play of the game, and he like rushed it with
Greg, I got you. You're good.
Rushed it with Lamar instead of just kneeling the ball.
Yeah, one says NFL Week 5 review and
individual record. Sometimes the guy's going to get an incentive on his contract. Then you can see him going for it. But for that stupid record, I mean, nobody cares about that.
Never mind. Does he last the year?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
3, 2.
What happens after the year?
475-120. 475-120.
If they don't start getting blown out of all these games. Did you see the Detroit coach after the game?
No, what did he say?
He was crying. You see it?
I saw that, yeah.
No, I like it, though. He was showing some, fighting for his guys. I mean, they should be 2-2, really.
Yeah.
They should have won 2 games.
NFL's a cruel world, brother, isn't it?
It's fucking brutal.
You bust your ass, you have a kicker miss 3 field goals and blow the game for you, right? It's nuts. It's nuts. College Alabama down to 5. I find that very curious.
Yeah, that's a little bit little bit more than I thought they would have.
Fury Wilder 3. Do we see a 4?
Not anytime soon.
The Gypsy King. You seen him rocking his little his Speedos at the pool in Las Vegas?
All right,
the day
I
after?
think I'm good now, Mike.
Came out with that Undertaker hat though. I saw the weigh-in.
All right, I should be good. I fixed it. I fixed it to say NFL.
277 with that Undertaker hat.
We ready?
Yeah, if you guys are ready. Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's rock and roll.
All right, let's do it.
All right, whenever you're ready. 5, 4, 3,
Buccaneers.
2, 1.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? This is the Bad Cats Sports Podcast, and today we have the A-Team. The A-Team. I'm not talking to B.A. Baraka or Mr. T. I ain't talking anything about anything like that. I'm talking about the A-Team here. To the left of me, Boston legend, hoop, icon, cultural influencer, my man, 50 grand, Greg Smooth Simpson.
Yep, the band's back together.
The band is back together. One seat down from him, my man, it's the Birdman. The Birdman won some money this week.
A little bit.
He hasn't shaved because he's a fanatical Red Sox fan. Either have I. But this is the Indian in me. Like, it doesn't really show, right? But what's the big deal? I only got like 4 sales calls the next 2 days worth multiple thousands of dollars. So I'm going to tell the guys, hey, I'm not a bum. I just get this thing with the Red Sox going on. But, ladies and gentlemen, 20-plus year survivor of Norfolk State Correction Facility.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
On the right end of the bars. Okay.
Survivor's a good word.
Red Sox fan, sports aficionado. Okay. Co-partner in our tri-level investment into
FanDuel $1 million fantasy.
My man, Bobby, the Bird, man. Raposa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the undisputed, undefeated, lineal sports talk radio champion, under 21 in all the world. The 10th wonder of the world.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, from Chelsea Football Club in London via Portugal, take a trip up through Lisbon with the Portuguese national team, and back to the great city of forever. I give you Rowdy Riley Arruda.
Yes, sir.
My man.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up?
All right.
Thank you for the great introduction for all of us.
You're like, and then it's just me.
We got the Hurricane.
Hurricane.
You know all about me.
Right.
You know, I mean, what it is, what it is.
Bruce Buffer.
The man that runs it all.
Coming in the
That's
ring,
right.
right?
Instead of paying Bruce Buffer $1.5 million, just
Pay the Hurricane.
throw me the 0.5 and we're good.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tune down my forever accent for you.
Right.
Okay, lots to talk about Columbus Day, right?
Yeah.
I thought we determined that Columbus was a bad guy and he shouldn't
We
have
changed the name.
Yeah, they
We changed the
changed
name.
it. They changed it.
Indigenous People Day.
Oh, really?
Indigenous People Day.
Yeah.
That's what they call it
I
now.
didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Indian Day, American Indian Day.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Well, Indians not good either?
No, you
Well-
can't say that
Well-
because that's what the Indians changed their name from Indians to what was it, Birdie? You remember? The Chicago.
Yeah.
What was they changed it to
Yeah, but
something?
they changed it in because of the red face, the mascot.
But they also changed the name of the team as well. It wasn't just
Yeah.
the mascot. So people they don't like the Indian word.
The Guardians.
The Guardians.
Guardians.
The Guardians.
Well, you know the whole thing. What it was is that they said Columbus went over there and pilfered and robbed them. You know what I'm saying? So why are we honoring
Gave him
this guy?
smallpox.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we honoring this guy?
was not a good guy at all.
Columbus did not. Columbus didn't even land in America. He landed in like the West Indies, like he went to like
Central America?
Well, yeah, like a little bit
Caribbean?
down from
Yeah,
Florida, you know, like Puerto Rico, Dominican,
Yeah,
something
Central
like
America,
that.
yeah.
Right.
Well, headed to that. They call it the Caribbean. But yeah, you know, hey. They're celebrating the fucking Providence, Rhode Island, though. I know that.
Hey, he
'Cause
thought
I
he
got
thought he
about 5
reached.
friends out there.
He thought he reached East Asia.
Right,
That's where he
okay.
thought he landed.
Sure.
So he was like completely off.
Got to give him a discovery. Let me tell you something. You got to put things in context. things were, it's a cruel world back then.
Yeah.
You know,
my
you know
God.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, Columbus Day. But in Rhode Island, at Pasquale Square in Federal Hill. You know, they don't give a fuck about no indigenous bullshit. That shit ain't flying in here. It's going to be Columbus Day in Federal Hill for 100 years.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and by the way, you ever see that little rock in Plymouth?
I remember going on field trips with my school.
That is some gypsy bullshit right there. That's 3 card Monte. That's the shell game.
Right.
That's like the throwing the ball at the carnival and the things are.
But that was the Pilgrim, supposedly,
Sure,
right?
Yeah. That was
a lot of the history that we were taught, sadly, wasn't exactly accurate.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Sorry, I dropped my phone.
It's all right, Ross.
It's okay.
I was looking at the audio.
Ross, how's school going for you, by the way?
No school
Bridgewater
today.
State Bear?
No school today because of Indigenous People Day.
Okay.
Wow.
But it's not going too bad. Not too bad. Midterms coming up, so
Yeah, you got
almost done. Almost done with the
First semester.
term. Yeah, first semester is
A
almost done.
lot more chiller and less time than high school, right?
Yeah, in and out.
Yeah.
Only do what you need to do.
Exactly.
No
Man,
bullshit.
I miss
bullshit.
my college days, man. Those was a ball.
Yeah, you missed the girls.
Where'd you go?
Oh, I was at Northeastern my freshman year, and then I ended up going to Mercer College in New Jersey, in Trenton,
Nice,
New Jersey.
nice.
Yeah, but you were at JUCO, Garden City, right?
Yeah, JUCO, yeah,
so-
JUCO, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
I finished up there.
I hear you. Birdman, proud graduate of BCC, right? We talked
Yep.
about that already?
Yep.
Absolutely. I got a better education at BCC than I got at Boston College and at Belmont Abbey. And I tell everybody who's willing to listen.
absolutely.
So. But here's my problem with it. Let's talk about the Chiefs game last night, right? Mm-hmm. Why is the Chiefs, right, or the Braves insulting to Indian culture? Because Braves were highly revered, okay, as like the strength of the tribe, and the chief was almost like a deity.
Right.
So why, if we're gonna really tell the truth, then calling somebody a chief
Right.
is a compliment.
It's a respectful name.
Yeah, of
right,
course.
Right, yeah.
Right.
So I don't know why they...
and the Braves.
Right. I would think
I know
so.
the Indians had a problem with their red face mascot
Right.
and all that, and the Redskins.
Redskins, yeah.
Redskins, you know what I mean? Let's face it. The colonists took advantage of the indigenous peoples that they found here and their inability to handle alcohol and how they reacted to it. You know, and if you go on any Indian reservation to this day, alcohol is a huge problem.
Right.
Huge
Right.
problem.
Right.
So that red face, redskin type, blah, blah, blah. No, but Chief, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Brave, yeah.
I don't know. Well,
Seminole?
Seminole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got no
we'll-
problem with that.
we'll,
That's a proud tribe.
Yeah, me neither.
You know?
what were the... what-
What are we call me? Hey, you can call me fucking Geronimo, whatever the fuck you want. You can call me Crazy Horse. Those guys were some of the proudest warriors this country's ever seen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, taking on the U.S. cavalry on horseback and like light arms.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know why it's gotten to this point, but
Yeah.
No, I get the other stuff. I just think that if we're gonna do the due diligence,
Yeah.
then you know somebody should come out from that community or the intellectual community and say, hey, listen,
And address it,
a chief is an honor. Braves were honored; they were revered within their tribe.
Right.
You know, the Seminoles took up half of Florida. What are you going to call them? Everything in Florida, the Gators.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's they're going to call it the Everglades. What are we going to do? You know what I mean? It is what it is, and that's it. I'm not into scrubbing history. Into fact checking it.
Right. Right. And making it right.
Yeah.
And just making it right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
think every Civil War monument has to come down
Yeah. Yeah.
in this country. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think there's a place for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know? I mean, listen, nobody got their ass kicked in Pearl Harbor worse we did, right?
Right.
How many museums we got in Pearl Harbor? Right?
that's
Right.
not
The whole fucking, that whole base is a museum.
yeah, and that's
Right.
not going anywhere
Sure.
anytime soon.
I mean,
no.
Iwo Jima. We got our ass kicked on Iwo Jima, right?
Is that?
The Japanese were dug in, right? We didn't say, okay, this was a horrible day for us. No. It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. And it is what it is in the NFL. We're going to get to that first and foremost. Okay? But before we dump into the Red Sox first, Alabama, the number 1 team in the country, gets beat.
Yeah.
Drops down to 5. I would bet my life savings, which at this point in time is approximately $287.37. I would bet that there are not 5 teams in this country better than Alabama. I wouldn't. Do you think there are?
You know what? Like, I'm an Alabama guy. Like I love Alabama. Other than Boston College, of course.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Boston guy first and foremost.
By the way, looking good in them days.
Oh, absolutely.
Love it.
Y'all know what time it is.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this Alabama team. I don't know, something about this team just doesn't look like the Alabama teams of the past.
They're replacing 87% of their players on offense, and it misses some.
Just doesn't. I saw
you
this.
Have thoroughbreds in the waiting, Greg, but they don't have that salt of life on them.
Right. Yeah.
But I still would have bet against them.
No, absolutely not.
You know what I mean?
So they're going to be in the
BCS, you would think.
in the playoff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen in that tournament.
Ready?
Well, they responded to some adversity in that game. They were behind almost the whole game. They did come back, did have the lead late. Tip your hat to A&M because Alabama looked like when they got the lead that they were going to finish, and they didn't.
Right.
So it's not like they got blown out and then they got caught at the wire. So, I mean, style points in college is a big thing. You don't get blown out, you lose by a field goal. You shouldn't really drop down that much, but polls are the polls.
So who are the teams that are ahead of them?
Right now, Georgia's
won.
I agree with that.
Absolutely. Iowa.
I would agree with Iowa being ahead of them, but Iowa will not beat them.
No.
Cincinnati
So
has a better chance to beat Alabama.
And I like
Georgia.
I like Cincy because they're a solid defensive team.
Listen to me, they fly around.
Yeah.
It's Georgia, Iowa, Cincinnati, Oklahoma, Alabama.
Come on. Does anybody think Oklahoma would
Every
beat Alabama?
team ahead of them is
lost.
undefeated.
Yeah.
Oklahoma should have lost.
Oklahoma's defense is a joke.
How'd you like to be Spencer Ratliff, or whatever his name is, waking up today
Right.
without a job?
I know.
Michigan's also undefeated
That's
too,
okay,
and they're ranked 8th as well.
Sure.
So
Up one spot.
Their offensive line, they say, is the best in college football. And we don't talk about it much. We don't see it much. But a dominating offensive line, the later it goes and the field starts getting sloppy and the weather starts getting colder and all this freewheeling, rooting, tooting, 80-yard passes become more difficult.
Right.
So keep an eye on that for sure. But it is what it is. Fury and Wilder. Again,
Great fight. I watched the whole fucking fight.
My brother said no, and I said, what are you talking about? Everything I read on Facebook was a great fight. And he said, Wilder ran out of gas in the 4th round. And I'm telling you, Deontay,
he's sleeping.
time is running out, okay? I'm looking you in the eye. I'm from Fall River, Massachusetts, and I'm telling you it's because I know for a fact. My brother was a 2-time drug loser who had a lot of baggage going into the NBA draft. I hired Peter Corey as his strength and conditioning coach, and he went into pre-draft camp in Chicago and kicked everybody's ass. Was in better shape than anybody. Guys were throwing up in the barrels. They were washing the stuff off their shoulder. You hear me? You made a huge mistake, okay? Whether it was your decision or others, you were influenced, okay, by the wrong people, okay? Okay, your career trajectory went like this from a no-name with Peter up to the heavyweight title. Then you cut him for God knows what reasons. I know Peter ain't a pig, and Peter ain't about money, okay? This is a passion. Then it starts going down like this. And then you get rid of Mark Breland, it goes this way and this way and that way.
Right.
So do yourself a favor. If you really want to be champion, okay, and not just talk about it, if you want to be about it and you really want to be a champion, get that circle nice and small to the people who got you to the top.
Yeah.
Take a look at the picture of yourself after the fight against Fury, and take yourself a picture before the fight when you first won the heavyweight championship of the world. And there's going to be some key people missing there.
Right.
Okay? Do the right thing and get them back. Or stay in bed, get fat, dumb, and lazy, act like you're a champion, bullshit everybody, and embarrass yourself like you did the other night in the 7th round. And embarrass yourself's a strong word because you want to go up against a great champion.
Yeah.
But, when Tyson Fury, who was clearly in best shape the second time, has more win than you do.
Yeah.
Twice as much, 3 times as much.
Right.
There's a problem going on there. And I know. My man Jerry Tarkanian told me, Mike, it's a lot harder to get out of bed in the morning when you got a beautiful girl and satin sheets and a full refrigerator.
Yeah.
But if you want to be champion, that's what you got to do. If you want to be a chump, keep doing what you're doing.
And then, on top, like I said, I watched the whole fight from start to finish, and for Fury to out punchland him by almost 70%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was like unreal, like, you know what I'm saying? Do you know who's
traded done that about this? It's a guy he knocked out in the first round.
Malik Scott.
Wow. You
get rid of Mark Breland. Remember Mark Breland?
Yeah. Of course. He did come up on his weight, because I think the second.
Yeah, they both came up a little bit.
Yeah, the fight before, I think Wilder was like 215 or something like that, but he came up to about 237. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Fury's a mammoth of a fucking man.
How you gonna beat him?
6'9", 280.
Like I can see 6'9", stationary target, clumsy, awkward,
right. But he moves like he was.
This guy's the Gypsy King. Okay, you grow up tap dancing, they grow up running around, putting on shows. He's an entertainer. He's born. He's good on his feet.
Yeah,
he's good with a microphone. This guy's the real deal.
Yeah.
He is twice. Listen to me. We're talking about athleticism. People confuse muscles and figures with athleticism.
Right.
Doesn't have anything to do with it.
Nope.
But it goes together like peanut butter and jelly when you put them both together.
Right.
Okay. So it works that way. But there's no question. If you put a picture on a wall that says who's the better athlete, 9 out of 10 people are going to go to Wilder.
Right.
But the people who know.
Right.
I mean, it's not even close.
Right. Of course.
It's not even close.
Not even close.
Birdie, what do you think?
Well, his problem now will be focus on who's going to be able to come out and challenge him now, because now that Wilder's out of the picture, and Wilder is one of the most devastating punchers in the game, who is going to emerge for him to fight now?
Well, there's another Ukrainian that's from the Klitschko camp that just beat Joshua.
Okay.
So we'll see about that. Rowdy Riley, your dad's a fight fan. I was there when he won the Golden Gloves. Okay. Did you guys rent the fight that night?
Nah, but I was reading up on Twitter, watching highlights as they're getting posted, and I like Fury because I like when he talks, and I like him being out there with his personality.
Yeah,
I wanted him to win,
So
and I just thought that some of the knockdowns were a little weird. I know you guys are talking about it. One of them, when Wilder knocked him down, he pretty much just pushed him down to the ground.
Greg was saying that.
Yeah, trying to get like 3 points pretty much, but I thought that was all Fury. It's going to be tough for anybody to beat him, but I'm looking forward to it.
His biggest opponent will be himself because he likes to drink, he likes to party.
Oh, he's a party animal. You can see it. You can see it.
He likes to go. So that's going to be.
That's how you could get beat when you go.
Of course,
don't train and.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's how most people get beat, right?
Yeah.
Roberto Duran, right?
We talk about surviving success on here a lot, right? There you go. We'll see how he does it. Okay. Next up on the docket, it is the Boston Red Sox. I have called them the underdogs. And I know it sounds a little corny, but that's exactly what they are. Okay? I remember the dirt dogs. I remember the idiots. Okay? I remember all of them. For some reason, this team has occupied a very special place in my heart. Okay? I don't know it's because they're relentless. I don't know it's because they've handled adversity. I don't know it's because they're tough, resilient, ballsy. Yeah. They're all of it. But I'll tell you what, I love what they've given us this year.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a throwaway year.
Yeah.
Yep.
But somebody forgot to tell Alex Cora that.
That's right.
Somebody forgot to call Kiki Hernandez that. Somebody that tell us Devis and the rest of them that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Christian Vasquez with that walk-off right there. Look at him. So I mean, if a guy like that can come over and like hit a walk off for you late into the game, I think this team's special. It's not not one big player. It's just a team together, and that's what I really like about the team.
Listen, here's the thing, right? The Sox, like you said, Mike, they're supposed to be a throwaway year. You know what I'm saying? And the way this series is playing out, you know, before Bogus hit the shot against the Yankees. You come in with our big three, Bogus, Devers, and Martinez. You know what I'm saying? They haven't really got cranking yet. They really do.
Yeah, they are.
They really do. Yep. Like for all three of them to have a bomb game, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm looking
Well,
for.
the one that shirt is like tearing it up offensively. You just can't run, right?
Martinez.
Yeah.
He's got a little ankle issue.
Yeah, he's got a little ankle injury, but I mean his bat is crazy.
He's still mashing. The thing I liked is when you start getting contributions. Did you see the what Pavetta did yesterday?
Oh my
in that
God,
game?
Oh,
he was
smoke.
so good.
And Tanner Houck in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So now these ain't guys that you expected to get contributions from that are making. And Vasquez, right? He comes in and gets the big hit. When you start getting that, and your stars aren't the ones that are winning games, you know you got it going on.
Exactly.
Right? So
Exactly, Birdie.
It's a great ride, and we just hope it can continue.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
And you see, like, I like about this team. Like, they drove us nuts down the stretch, man. Like getting outplayed in Baltimore. I'm like pulling my hair out of my fucking head, right?
Yeah, that was nuts.
But people stayed with them.
Nuts.
They stayed with them. And you know what I mean? And like Rowdy said, I think they really got something special. Okay, let me tell you something, right? There is a Webster dictionary for chemistry, but the kind of chemistry I'm talking about isn't tangible. You can't touch it. Okay, it's just there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as athletes, you know it.
Yeah.
I know it. Birdie, you've volunteered to watch it. Riley is all about it. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? You can't put a name or face it. You can't touch it. You can't hug it. You can't choke it. You can't put it in your pocket and save it for tomorrow.
No.
It's just there.
It's just there.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the Red Sox had it.
Yeah.
Just like Mickey Hatcher, Kurt Gibson, all those guys, and the Dodgers had it.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
They got it. Just like the Wolfpack of NC State had it.
Yeah.
Just like Villanova had it.
Right.
Just like Boise State had it.
Well,
believe me when I tell you, it is. And I don't know if it's a mist. I don't know if it's a germ. I don't know what it is, but they got it.
Yeah, they got it. It's contagious.
Why are the Yankees? That's why the Yankees are sitting home watching the playoffs. Yeah. Look at the payroll and all the people they brought in. They just did not have they did not gel, did not have the chemistry.
Would you say, Riley, one more time? I love it.
Fuck the Yankees.
Yeah. And you know, and here's another big key component to this Red Sox team is, and this is to any team, any guy that's a sports guy, an athlete. When you love to play for your coach, when you love to fucking play for your coach, you know what I'm saying? It's huge. It's huge.
Well, you hit on this, Mike, too, the last time with the Latin players with Cora. You know the way he can relate to them.
Yeah,
and, it's just like
of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
he is. His family's like the gospel. Aside from Roberto Clemente, there's more stadiums and more baseball type stuff named after the Coras. Okay. His father coached the national team, right?
Yeah.
His brother's, I believe his brother's a third base coach somewhere in the league.
Yeah, and Alex got a World Series with the
Sox,
Sox in 07.
No, I'm saying for the national team when they had the baseball World Series for all the countries.
Yeah. And let me tell you something, Fenway's going to be rocking. Let me ask you a question. Is Fenway the greatest home field advantage in baseball?
I think so.
Birdie's giving me the crooked eye.
No, only because baseball's not like a traditional sport, football, where you can, affect the game with crowd noise, like. Baseball,
what?
Like football where the crowd
can
affect
I know what you're saying.
Baseball, they can make the noise, but it's not. The home field in baseball, to me, is not as big an advantage as it would be in football or basketball, where the people are right on top of you. That's just my opinion.
I'm agreeing with that one.
But what I said is this: is it the best home field advantage in all of baseball?
In baseball, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know, because it's not that big compared to other stadiums. I mean, like Yankee Stadium, where like. I just said I hate the Yankees, of course, but that stadium's huge.
You got the Green Monster.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
Nobody has that.
Yep.
You got Pesky's pole.
Well, you got the players at home that are more comfortable under those. So that's where you were trying. Yeah. Okay. From that event, from that standpoint,
you don't think the fans are the most rabid?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stadiums that have like a lot of stuff to it.
Chicago last night, the blackout in the White Sox game. Take a look at that. If they show that, boy, that was nuts.
The only thing I don't like about the Red Sox, there's one thing. Take a guess right now. Tell me one thing I do not like about the Red Sox right now, and I'll give anybody who gets it $10.
The yellow jerseys.
No, I don't like that. But that's not what I'm talking
Damn,
about.
I thought I had it.
I guarantee you, they're wearing them tonight.
You think
I hope so.
I think they're wearing them because of the marathon.
No,
Yeah, 100%.
I think
I'm
they're
taking
wearing
it.
them tonight.
I'm taking that bet.
Find out right now.
Yeah, I'll look it up. But I'll take that
They're
bet.
wearing them tonight.
The math
Sweet
outside.
Caroline's gonna go.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree.
Sweet Caroline's gonna go. Sweet Caroline's gonna go. But they've captivated New England again. They turned low expectations into an unbelievable start of the game. I believe it all begins with Alex Cora. They survived some downtime, some struggles. They picked themselves up. I think this has been an amazing story. And tell me if I'm wrong, though, right? As guys who watch sports and talk about it like we do, every once in a while a story catches you, right? Mm-hmm. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Jim Valvano caught us.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Boise State, the first miracle team, they beat Oklahoma that year. They had the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
They got you, you know what I mean? Sugar Ray Leonard as a young Olympian, catches you. There's these stories.
So they're wearing white and red for tonight.
White and red.
Yeah, Cora said no to the blue and the yellow for the playoffs. So.
Okay. I like it.
Okay. That surprises me, but
Me too.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's just like there's just something about this team that probably because I've been spending time with Birdie, and Birdie's a big diehard baseball guy, because I've been keeping one eye on them son of a bitches for the last 4 months. I'm are these fucking pricks dead yet? You know what I mean? And I'm watching them, and they hang around.
And I kept telling Mike, no, not yet, Mike. Give it a cut with the Baltimore series. Not just yet.
The Yankee game, my boy was bouncing on the wall. I thought I was going to have to call the cuckoo police and get him fucking get him in short.
But the Yankees series before that, where we were all like, "Damn, it's over now," because they didn't look good at all. But only when it matters, they look really well, and that's all that matters in the end of it. You know what I mean?
Sure. And it's good. What's your expectations for tonight, Redman?
Pray.
Come on.
Pray. Erod going tonight looked real bad last start. Although the guy he's facing also did not look good. McHugh for Tampa his last start. So
Right.
Red Sox if they can jump. See, the key tonight is if they can jump on Tampa early tonight.
Yeah, you might.
You might get some doubt in Tampa. Hey, can we really not beat this team?
Yeah, you don't want Tampa to
get
out
on them. Now
no.
they might think after what happened in the last game with the ball not bouncing their way and catching a huge break. Now they might just start thinking it start becoming a mind game if the Red Sox can jump out. We'll see.
And there's not going to be any Tampa Rays fans in Fenway.
Well, not like the Yankees were.
That ain't happening. So it's going to be interesting. Greg, what's your opinion?
No, I was going to say, here's the thing with Erod going tonight is he's capable of throwing a gem. He's capable.
Sure.
But we haven't seen it in a while from him. You know what I'm saying? So if he can get something going early and, give us five good ones, I think we're going to be all right.
I agree with everything you said, Greg. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
2 words. Mental toughness. Does the young man have it to perform on this stage tonight?
That's questionable.
That's the question.
That's questionable.
That's the $1 million question, right?
That's definitely questionable.
I'd rather go with the seasoned vet who's got a little more of that.
Yeah.
Than the talent.
That's questionable
Tonight. But hey, listen to me.
That's questionable.
Let me tell you something. They should chop my fucking tongue off right now for questioning Alex Cora. Alex, if you think he's the man, I'm with it, brother. I'm with it, my dude. How do you say I'm with it in Spanish?
I have no idea.
Can we ask somebody on there?
I'll look it up.
How do you say I'm with it in Spanish? Well, it'll be Spanglish.
Spanglish.
That's what you get. Birdie, talk to me about who's the hero tonight for the Red Sox.
For the Sox tonight?
What's your prediction, by the way?
Like I said, I'm praying the Sox can jump out early and then they can just hang on because the bullpen has been lights out for them so far. Schwab has been the guy that's been the hot bat, man. He's just been raking, and I hope he can. They had him at leadoff. I don't know where they're going to put him tonight based on the pitching, but Devers needs to get a breakout game because seems like he's been slumping. But he's been injured. If you notice, he's had a wrap on his arm, so I don't know if he's 100%.
But he's a hit machine.
But that lineup right now, they're toe to toe. They're not afraid of Tampa.
Yeah.
They've been raking with them, and they're not afraid of Tampa's pitching after that second game.
Mr. Postseason, Kiki Hernandez.
Kiki,
Look at his resume with the Dodgers.
We're forgetting about
the
him. You're right.
Game,
He's an underrated guy.
He looks like the boy. He looks like my paper boy.
He's an underrated guy. He's an underrated guy.
And he thrives in the moment.
You're 100% right.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Right? I'm gonna give it to you right now. Sox 7-3.
Well, I like the Sox in a big win myself, Mike. I do too. I say 3 to 4 runs better.
And what would be nice is if they can close this out tonight. Now you can rest your pitching staff because the other series is still going. They've been going since the wild card, juggling these guys around, so you can give them a little bit of a break. Hopefully that's what happens.
Yeah.
Riley, my man, my brother from another mother. Tell me the truth.
I think they win the series tonight. In Fenway, I like their odds a lot. If it was in Tampa, then no, not as much. But I really like them to close it out. I'm gonna go with 7-3 is high. I think I'm gonna go with a 4-1. 4-1, and then this is how you say it in Spanish: Estoy con eso. I'm with it.
Estoy con eso, my man.
I'm with it.
Okay, now Rouse, your TV time tonight.
Yes.
You have the clicker.
Yeah.
You are an absolute wrestling maniac, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you got Monday Night Raw on, right?
Yeah.
You get the Ravens on. Big Lamar Jackson fan, right? Probably some fantasy action in the game
exactly,
as well.
because I have the running back from the Colts, Jonathan Taylor. So whoever the head coach of the Colts is, I forgot your name, but just give the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Frank Wright, give the ball to Jonathan Taylor every time. Stop using Marlon Mack. Stop using Naheem Hines. Jonathan Taylor, just give him the ball. He's the best player on your offense. That's all. Please.
So, and then you got the Red Sox. So your TV time is what?
Majority.
Out of 100%, break it down to me.
I would go 60. I'd go 60% for the Red Sox.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Just because
Lamar and fantasy field.
Yeah, because it's huge.
With the fantasy.
Yeah, because. Like, I don't watch much of regular season, but once the postseason comes in, I'm all in because I love it. Like me and Birdie not shaving, everything. I absolutely.
What about me not shaving?
No, you too. But we started it. Now you're in, and I appreciate that a lot. But I'm gonna go 60% Red Sox. Yeah. Probably like 10% for wrestling, and then like 30% for Lamar. So I'll do that right there.
Okay. Now, are you gonna have control of the clicker in your house?
I can do it on my phone because I have an app, and I'll let them do it in the TV. I have an app on my phone where I can watch all the cable.
Now, what is it gonna be like at your house? Say your father, I would say probably Red Sox, right?
It might be on just because it's the end of the series tonight.
Yeah.
But if not, then more than likely football. Yeah. It's so football. I mean, football's king in every spot in America.
Birdie, your team. Well, you're gonna be here. So
yeah.
So
see, but baseball's a slow game, so you can click. Get a lot of mileage in between with the football.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. A lot of stoppages in football too. Any little thing, it's always commercial breaks, and I can't stand that. I hate it.
What else we dealing with here, Greg? If you were home, what would it be?
It would probably be the Sox because I can care less about Baltimore and Indy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's because you don't play football and you don't gamble.
Yeah. So So I'd probably be Sox. Yeah. About 80% Sox.
Okay. Transition from the diamond to the pigskin. Mm-hmm. And
rock and roll,
some
wild
games.
Weekend.
Right? Break them down. First up, Jets Falcons packed in England.
Yeah.
Circus atmosphere. Matt Ryan still shows he's got a lot left in the tank as they beat the Jets 27-20. Next up, Packers Bengals.
What a game!
This game was a shit show.
Yeah.
Okay. And I had money on the Packers.
The Bengals should have won.
Both teams should have won 4 times. I mean, no. Here's the way. No. You take it. No. I don't want it. You give it. No, I'm going to give it back to you. I mean, come on.
Right.
A lot of football games lost by kickers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the kickers couldn't hit nothing this week.
Yeah, horrible. The kid Chase finally showed up.
Oh yeah.
For the Bengals, he's finally I thought he was a great receiver out in college at LSU.
Yeah, he's
what I'm saying. But he's finally showing up.
He broke the record with Burrow for most touchdown catches, I think. In
combo in NCAA history?
I believe so. Because Burrow threw 60 touchdowns in the year he won the Heisman, and they went undefeated in 15 games. So they have that connection, and those two are just so good together.
And for the record, LSU was going to fire the coach of that national championship, and it was like 2 years ago.
They lost again this week.
What's his name again?
And Orgeron. They don't play games.
Raspy voice.
Go Tigers.
So, okay, next, Packers, Bengals, you got any thoughts on that?
Aaron Rodgers made a couple. I know you said call me in January when but he made a couple of throws in that game too.
Yeah.
Again,
He's the
every
man.
week. Yeah,
He's the man.
How about that last throw that got him the first down for them to kick the field goal?
The
That
wide
should have
receiver
been
made the
picked.
best play.
But that should have been picked. It was a floating duck because he was falling back, getting hit, and it took forever to get there.
But at that time, that's okay if it's picked, right? Because it was third down. It was like 3rd and 17, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what happens if they grab it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 minutes left in the game anyway.
Yeah.
Well, who was the receivers been with them for a long time?
Cobb and Devontae Adams.
Cobb made a nice play on that ball right there. Vikings, Lions. Birdie, you said the Lions. Coach was crying.
He was.
There's no crying in baseball.
Wow, this was kind of like.
Is there crying in football?
This was kind. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Bird.
It was kind of a good crying because he was so emotional, and it was such a draining loss. They've lost 2 games. With a field goal of 54 yards and 66 yards. So I mean, he's just.
Right.
I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, the players got to like it. And if you watch that game, the end of that, they tied the game up or would have tied it up with 30 seconds left. He didn't kick the point to go play for overtime. He went for the 2. They got the 2. So, I mean,
I don't like that move.
Huh?
I don't like it.
Well, it worked this time, but I
usually don't like it again.
Detroit should have 3 wins at least.
Yeah.
At least. And these kids, these guys are playing for this guy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought he was a clown at his first press conference, but I was totally wrong. They're playing for him.
They're playing for him.
And
He's got a little bit of talent.
They said that around the NFL, his staff is highly respected, the people that he hired.
Really?
You know what I mean? So
a lot better than Patricia's been doing, or Patricia was doing.
No.
Patricia was a joke.
Yeah, they're responding to him.
No, he's going to be all right.
Patricia
like
wasn't ready to be a head coach.
No.
He wasn't ready to be a head coach.
It's funny how they all come back down to earth when Tom Brady leaves, huh? The Lions again. But I got no problem with a man crying like that because you know that's how vested they are.
Right, exactly.
And if
That's
you know
what
something
it
about
was.
the National Football League, even though it's a short season, you only play once a week. There's so much time invested. You know, these coaches are going there at 4 o'clock in the morning, watching film, watching.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You put a game tent together and trying to climb that mountain, that big mountain, when you're in a place like Detroit or in a place like Jacksonville.
Right.
You know, but I'll tell you what, I'd much rather root for a team like the Vikings than a guy like Urban Meyer who's going to realize he can't do it, bounce and go, have a big time.
Back to college.
Job. Broncos 19, Steelers 27. Big Ben plays his way back, but the Steelers lose Juju. People had the tombstone engraved, and they had the whole dug
for Ben,
and they had some dirt in the coffin.
Hold off one more week on Big Ben. He had a decent game. Pittsburgh looked pretty good, although Denver did come back in that game at the end and had a chance to tie. They were down most of the game. So if Pittsburgh can get everybody healthy and on pace, they could make a little run. They've been banged up. Their offensive line's been bad. Been banged up defensively, but we'll see.
I still think they finished under 500.
Do you know?
I think they're going to finish last in the division.
The kid, Najee Harris hasn't showed up yet, right?
He's been good.
He did really good yesterday.
Got 111 yards right there.
He's playing behind a bad offensive line, though. That's the problem with him. But he looks like he's going to be a good player. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he did well yesterday.
So you're saying that Cincinnati,
100% will finish.
Cleveland,
Yep.
That could be right. When's the last time
Baltimore.
the Steelers finished last in their league? I don't know if has it ever happened.
Before Terry Bradshaw got there, when Mean Joe Green, I think that was probably when the last time they finished last, 69, 70.
Next up, Dolphins 17. The Tampa Bay Bucks, who Birdie just informed me have become the favorites to win the Super Bowl a couple of minutes ago, right, Birdman?
Yep.
As of 2 years now, Kansas City's been the favorite for the last 2 years in Vegas, and now Kansas City is no longer. Tampa is now the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl. So
okay, the Bucks 40-17. Tom Brady.
I got a new name for Tommy.
Goes for 400+ yards, 5 touchdowns. Right, Birdie? You said something interesting in Seabra about this when we were going in there.
What did I say?
He said, I don't even remember him having a game like this in New England.
No.
When did he throw for 4? Maybe with Randy Moss. Maybe that
no.
one.
I'll tell you. This was his first. This was his first.
The Titans one when they won like 50-something-0. The one in the snow was that one?
That 400.
Yeah, because that game he had a perfect. One game he had a perfect passer rating. It was like 153.3 is what you can get.
This is what they're talking about. They're talking about him throwing for over 405 TDs. First time he's done it.
Without a turnover too.
First time. Right. Without
his QB rating was 141. Does that sound right, Riley?
No, I think it was higher than that, Mike.
I mean, I'll look at this.
Well, the highest, it was higher than that. The highest you can get in a QB rating is like 158. I think
it was one. I want to say 154.
Oh, wow.
That's what I want to say it was.
And the last time the Steelers finished in last was 1988.
Really?
So long time ago. So I think this is gonna be the next time.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
He's probably right. I'm taking a guess.
I guarantee
you. Bubby Brister.
Guessing. I don't know.
All right. So
all right.
let's. I'm gonna. This is what I'm gonna do. As Riley is the producer, I am the director. I'm gonna give the ball to my man Rowdy Riley, and ask him. Right, because if anybody's going to give a non-emotional straight shot about Brady, it's going to be him.
Okay.
Right, Brady. How do you, Riley? How do you explain a 44-year-old quarterback throwing for 400 yards, 5 TDs with no picks, and a QB rating that was through the roof? How does it happen?
Just takes care of himself. He doesn't. I feel like he's just focused on football 100%. It's like it's what he wants to do, and once he's not focused in it. He's not going to want to do it no more, but that's what he wants to do, and he's been wanting. He just doesn't. Some people, like, once they win once, they're like, wow, this is great, but, like, I did it. Him is just like, all right, when's the next one? If you ask, every time anyone asks him, what's your.
The next one?
Yeah, he's like, oh, what's your favorite ring? He's like, the next one. Right. Like, that just goes to show. Like, like if it was somebody else, they'd probably say, what's your favorite ring? Probably the one where we won 28-3. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, he's always ready to win and win and win and win. So I think he's just focused, and he's just completely into football 100%, and he's just that guy. I mean, they built a perfect team around him, a really good defense to stop the run, a really good receiving core, offensive line through the roof, weapons like you can't imagine, like everything just to help him successfully win.
Warm weather.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect weather.
Yeah, that helps.
Of course it does. For guys 24.
I feel like as soon as he moved away from the AFC got so much stronger too. Like the AFC is like a lot more stronger than it was like 2-3 years ago, and now the NFC is a lot less stronger too. So he's in a perfect situation right now, and it's just he's executing every single day, every single time he plays.
How long I mean, is he an MVP candidate this year?
Oh, absolutely. He's definitely
he's putting up.
He's definitely in the conversation.
Who are the MVP candidates? You're gonna say the kid Henry from Tennessee, right? The running back.
Brady.
I don't think he wins. I don't think he has. I think he has no chance.
Kyler Murray's near the top of the list right now. But Mahomes after last night didn't look good.
Herbert.
The kid.
I wanted to bet on him.
Remember, I told you. I said the second year Mahomes was in the league, he won MVP. The second year Lamar was in the league, he won MVP. Yeah. This is Herbert's second year in the league. He could win it.
On that?
Before the season, it was like
the kid Josh Allen last night.
Yeah, no, he's definitely in the conversation too. Two quick points about Brady. First one is he put all those numbers up without Gronk yesterday too. That's his main guy, right? Wasn't
and Stevie Miller.
And on top of that, he threw for what 450 the game before the Patriots game or something like that.
So Josh Allen leads in odds with 450. Kyler Murray second with 500. Brady's third with 650. Prescott's tied with 650.
Prescott,
Herbert is also tied with 650, and then Rodgers is at 1,000. Stafford at 1,100, and Mahomes, Lamar,
that's
Henry.
One of the best sites for odds that you're ever going to find on the internet, right there. That Vegas, I have that. That Vegas
so basically, it looks like it's going for the top five.
I swear by Vegas Insider.
Yeah, no,
and Rhode Island Sportsbook, they do an unbelievable job. Just incredible.
So top five right now, it's Allen, Murray, Brady, Prescott, Herbert. That's what they have for top five right now. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you can knock any of those guys out because of what they're doing. So it makes sense.
Tommy Gunn is showing out. He's showing out. He's fucking showing out.
Yeah.
And I'm a Brady guy. I love Brady too. I'm just a Patriot guy. You know what I'm saying? But I love for Tom to get get his
How long
awards.
can he? I mean, he can't play till he's 50, can he?
Well, we're going to take it week to week. I mean, hopefully he can stay injury free.
Somebody's-
That's the thing.
Somebody just mentioned 60.
Wow.
Yeah, I swear to God, it was announcer or somebody said 60.
So this was complete stats. It was 30 for 41
yeah, but he's-
with a 73% completion percentage, 411 yards, 5 TDs, and 144.4 passer rating. And I believe the perfect you can get is 153.3.
What was it?
153, yeah.
Yeah,
I know it's
144.
Oh, it was
So he was 9 points off of the perfect passer rating. So he was like literally right there.
The only guy at this age that I can remember playing, and not at the level of Tom, that was playing at a high level. Remember when Warren Moon was like 43, 42, and he was still chucking the ball pretty good. Not like Tom, but that's the only guy off the top of my head that I can remember.
How about other
Have a
sports?
team like
Yeah.
Tom either, but
How about other sports? Ovechkin, right?
Favre.
What?
Favre, but he was nowhere near Brady's level,
as far
but
as
he kept
age,
playing when he was
talking about?
age. Yeah, he kept playing
age?
for his age.
The only other guy that I can think of that played crazy, but it was hockey, was Gordie Howe. Was playing till he was 50 years old, if you remember.
Well, professionally?
yeah,
I believe so, yeah.
Gordy
Yeah,
was up
he
there.
played in the
Because
WHA, and then he came back
with
into the
Whalers.
NHL, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was 50 years old, but
At 50.
at
Yeah,
50 years
yeah,
old. But
Gordie
this
Howe.
guy he was literally, this is a little bit before my time,
Yeah.
but this guy was literally a physical freak, though.
Oh
Mike.
no, absolutely.
And that's before.
I got one for you. What about Jaromir Jagr?
Yeah, he played a long time,
Yeah,
too.
he's still playing right now, right?
And Chara's playing too, right?
Well, Chara's
Yeah.
42 or 43, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Chara.
Chara's play isn't, obviously, he's gone down a little bit from when he
Yeah.
left the Bruins.
Sure.
But it's Tom Brady, the level that he's playing at, it's just
I think
mind-boggling.
I think
yeah.
Char is crazy because of how physical it is. Like football is physical, obviously, but the quarterback gets hit the least out of anybody. Char's getting hit like how many times a game? Like it's
Right.
nuts for him to still be playing.
Chara's
It's nuts.
smart, though. He went to the perfect fit for him. The Islanders are
He's 44,
great
by the way, Chara.
defensive team. And you've seen what the Islanders
44, is that what you said?
manage
Yeah.
very well.
That's wild.
Who is
so he's
Chara?
the same.
Isn't that interesting that these two guys who are first ballot Hall of Famers and among the best to ever do it?
Played in Boston.
Yeah,
Cast them off.
Brady and Chara are here, and then
Yeah.
then they get bounced and they continue to play. I just
Brady at a much higher level than Chara is,
Sure,
though.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
even close.
yeah, I
like
know.
Chara's falling off a little bit, and that's why the Bruins got rid of him.
Well,
But
see, the thing about Brady is and he's right. And the one thing I agree about him, he has had 3 careers.
yeah.
Do you understand? It's like, he's had, but at one time Chara was supposed to be the best in the business, right?
Yep.
He was.
And at one time
he
Tom
was.
Brady was supposed to be the best in the business, right?
yeah.
The problem is Tom Brady has stayed right around the best in the business.
There's an easy argument for you to be making that Brady's still the best quarterback in the league.
Right.
Like, it's an easy argument to have, and there's, like, stats right in your face. Like, look, he's still the best. But there's not much for Chara. Like, Brady, you can
No.
easily say, like, all right, he's still the
What's
best.
his-
The guy just won a Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah,
it's easy.
Chara, yeah.
How many TDs Brady throw for so far this year?
I'll have to look at that up. I'll look up total
Over
TD
20.
leaders.
He's got over 20
He's got to be
already.
top 3 for total TD
think
leaders.
he's top.
Maybe number 1. I was going to say,
he's
yeah.
top.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah, hey, listen, like I said, it's a cruel game. You know what I mean? And anything can happen, like Birdie said. But and I'm a huge Brady fan, as everybody knows. But honest to God, would it surprise you if Tom Brady went to another Super Bowl and happened to win it?
No.
No.
Not
he,
at all.
he is
No,
not
he
top.
does.
He is not top.
You're foolish.
He's not?
He is not top for TDs.
No.
It is Mahomes with 16,
Oh,
and then he is second with 15. Then
Okay.
Prescott 13.
yeah.
Okay, I knew he
And
was
then
right
Herbert.
there, though.
All right.
Yeah, so he's right there for TDs, and then yards he's gotta be right up there too, if not the most. I think he might have the most. Yeah, he has the most for yards as well. So he's 2 in touchdowns, 1's in yards. So his numbers aren't going nowhere. They're staying right there.
Now, let me ask you a question. I said the Cowboys were the best team in football, right? Mm-hmm. Buffalo can make a strong argument for that, okay, as well. But damn, them Cowboys look good, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Wow.
They do, and
Wow.
I don't say that very highly about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm not a Cowboy guy, but
I'm kind of happy. Let me ask you a question, Greg, right?
Yeah.
And Birdie and everybody coming on this. Is it the NFL better when the Cowboys are good?
yeah, Absolutely. Absolutely.
See, I compare the Cowboys with the. I can compare the Cowboys with the Yankees, so I can't roll with that.
Yeah,
but isn't baseball better when the Yankees are good?
No, the Yankees.
As
long as they're not beating you every year, I guess.
I kind of do the same thing, Birdie, but I can rock with the Cowboys a little more.
From the Yankees. We've avenged it all.
No, I know we have. I know we have. We've gone easy on the Yankee fans. We haven't really.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because we got to focus on what's in front of us.
You're like a sports fan with post-traumatic stress disorder about the Yankees, Birdie.
No, I have because all that in the '70s, it just never went away. I mean,
I was with a bunch of Spanish guys watching the fight, Wilder and Fury fight. And the Spanish guys, Yankee fans, I was hammering them guys, giving them the business. They hated me. It's like, yo, get this, he gotta leave. Nah, fuck you, fuck the Yankees.
No, to give the Cowboys their due, they're gonna. I mean, give them the NFC East already because the rest of those teams don't have a prayer against them. Washington's schedule's a nightmare. The Giants, look at them, they're all beat up, and Philly's not ready. So there's no. They're like playing games just to get ready for the playoffs, the Cowboys, unless they sustain a major injury to Prescott. That's the only thing that's going to
injury to Prescott, maybe Zeke.
Yeah.
I tell you what, let me tell you something about Zeke.
Zeke
looks good.
Well, Zeke looks good, man.
Zeke looks great.
He looks good. He looks good.
And their receivers are fucking catching everything.
He looks good. Okay, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills.
That was the team I picked to take to the Super Bowl.
Down.
Yeah, I got a confession to make.
Go ahead.
So, before the season started, I think you might have remembered this, Mike, back, when I was going at it with some of my Facebook guys on the Facebook. And, this is before the season went, and I said the Patriots would finish in first place in our division before the Buffalo Bills. And I bet these two guys 100 apiece.
Boy.
So I know they're fucking licking their chops right now.
You better
that division.
Pray for Josh Allen to break his leg. It's the only way you got a chance in that.
But that division's close for second place. Like the Bills are gonna take it, but everybody else in that division, it's like you got a 1-3 Miami, 1-3 Jets, and a 2-3.
How good are the Patriots?
1-4. Actually,
How good are they?
Buffalo.
How good are the Patriots?
Oh, the Patriots.
Not that good.
I think if they finish 500 this year, that'd be a good year for them.
Yeah,
that's what they're gonna look at. I mean,
I had them winning 10. Maybe 11.
No.
But now I'm looking at 9-8.
But Buffalo's the scariest team in the NFL right now because of the fact the way they
still got to play them twice.
They were this close to the Super Bowl last year. Like
plus, who the fuck's gonna go in there and beat them in January?
They're hungry. Yeah. They're together.
It's gonna be 10 below.
But the Chiefs have started super slow, and I just think if they pick it up towards the end, it could be a really bad look for everybody because you don't want to play the Chiefs in the first round. I don't think the Chiefs are going to get the first round bye because I think Buffalo are going to get the first round bye.
Let me tell you something. You do not want to see a talent like Mahomes, Kelsey, and Tyreek Hill with a coach like Andy Reid.
And that's the thing. Kelsey hasn't been doing that great so far. Like he hasn't had those games where he's like doing really good, and that's what scares me because they're still 2-3 with bad loss against. Bad loss against the Bills, but the Ravens game they could have won that one, and and the Chargers one was really close as well.
Could have won that one too. Yeah.
Exactly, they could easily be 4-1.
But let me ask you a question, O'Reilly. That cover that too deep safety. Gives them problems.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot his name, but they have two safeties, Tyrann Mathieu, and they have another one. I forgot his white dude guy.
What the Bills played against.
Oh yeah.
They say okay. You want to score touchdowns, you're going to have to run 15 plays.
They're going to make you work for it. Yeah. That's what they did, exactly.
Yeah.
Those drives last night were 7-minute drives.
Yeah, they were
dropped by Tyreek Hill on 3rd and 7, which you never see him happen. Mm-hmm. Then he drops a touchdown pass, and then next you're kicking a field goal.
Yeah.
You talk about complete teams, though. Buffalo might be the most complete team. They're solid everywhere.
I'd put the Rams in that conversation too, right? I would put
Cardinals
in that conversation.
The Cardinals are still undefeated, the only undefeated team left. But Daniel Sorensen, he's the free safety for the Chiefs. He's been god awful this year, like literally awful, like their worst player. He's been giving up big plays like
that's
it's
the
nothing.
White guy, right?
Yes, the other safety, not named Tyrann Mathieu.
I see a that guy's getting burnt.
That's what I'm saying. Like if Andy Reid could go out and find somebody before a trade deadline, or go pick up somebody, or maybe move some pieces around different positions.
So, but why not?
I hope the Chiefs.
Why not go grab Gilmore? Why not go get somebody? I mean,
they don't have money. I mean,
No, yeah.
they got to pay. They're paying Mahomes. They paid They just traded for 2 offensive linemen in the offseason.
I don't think the Patriots were going to trade
money.
no more to anybody that they in the AFC that they were going to help anybody in the AFC. That's why he went to an NFC team.
Yeah.
I trust me. Nobody here wants to see the Chiefs lose more than me. It's just I don't think it's going to keep happening. Like I think they're way too good. Their coach is one of the best in the league. They got too many weapons. It's gonna keep happening.
Their defense looks real bad.
It does look bad.
Yeah.
He's laughing because he knows.
It looks really bad.
But structurally, Riley, with the way their contracts are coming in, they're not set up for long-term success.
No, and that's what I really like because, like, Mahomes, I'm so scared to play Mahomes twice a year every year. Like, that's, like, I don't want that at all. But what I do want is when Tyreek Hill needs to get paid the max money he's going to want because he's one of the best receivers in the league. He's not going to be able to get that. Same thing with Kelsey. When Kelsey's 31. People don't understand that's kind of old for a tight end. He's already 31. Like, he's got like 2 or 3 more years being the best tight end in the league. And then you're going to start seeing that decline just like Gronk did. His body's going to get beat up. You're going to see that coming down. So once he starts coming down, it's going to hurt Hill. It's going to hurt Mahomes. Like, they're going to need to find guys in the draft. And if they don't hit on that, they're going to be in serious trouble with the Chargers, with the Broncos looking pretty good.
So the only way that they could stay at that level is if they hit in the draft.
I think so. And players going to them for dirt cheap. They got to get guys for nothing who are like on like last year their prime who want to win a ring. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know if players are going to want to do that.
Is the quality of life good enough in Kansas City for them to do that? We know the quarterback is, and we know the fans are. Right?
Yeah,
it's big time enough, but it's not a warm weather client.
Nope.
Yeah.
Hard division, one of the best in the league.
You seen the weather the last night?
Oh yeah.
But you're not going to an easy division. Like, you got Herbert, you could make an argument that the Chargers are the best team in the league right now. They just put up how many points against the Browns defense that was looking really good?
They're the best in that division right now. Yeah.
Let me tell you something right now. L.A., right? Both defenses were gassed. I think there were 6 touchdowns, right? Hold on. Am I correct? In the second half, I believe.
There was 12 touchdowns total, I believe, in the whole game. But I think there was 6 in the second half.
Yeah, I think it was 6 in the second half.
Yeah.
And I think there was like 4 in the fourth quarter.
It was nuts.
Like yeah. I was watching that game. The defense didn't have a prayer the last 8 minutes.
No.
You know what I mean?
And one of the touchdowns was just a giveaway. Like, Eckler was trying not to get into the end zone, and all of them grabbed him and threw him into the end zone. And I loved it because I had Eckler in fantasy. I was like, just get into the end zone, please. And then he just threw him into the end zone.
Do you remember I brought that up, Brady, when teams would start changing their philosophy, right? About leaving too much time on the clock.
Yeah. Oh, a couple of weeks ago.
But isn't that dangerous to do, man?
No.
Sometimes you got to just get the lead, and you got to.
Yeah, but the thing about that lead was like, so when they scored, they gave the ball back to the Browns, and then if they kicked the extra point, if the Browns would have scored a touchdown and an extra point, the Browns would have won by like 1. If they would have just like ran the ball like 3 or 4 times and then just kicked the field goal with 3 seconds left, they would have won. And if they would have missed, they would have went to just extra time. So I understand why he's doing it, but scoring the touchdown makes sense. You just got like a bigger lead.
You know what's funny? It's happening in real life because we saw a guy in a close game when you're down do it twice. The running back or the receiver did it twice.
Yeah.
Okay? And the other team actually pulled him into the end zone.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So this is something that's going to develop.
No,
right?
I agree with what you said. There's a time and a place for that. And that game yesterday was the time and the place because there was no defense that was going to stop nobody at the end of that game.
Yeah.
So when you got a shootout like that and your defense hasn't shut nobody down all day, the odds are you're going to lose at the end. Whoever gets the ball last.
And it was really, really close all the way down to the end. That game was just amazing to watch. But the thing that I would like, if I was a Chargers fan, I'd be like, okay, was that the Chargers were giving up so much on the ground that the Browns aren't going to rush the ball with like 20 seconds left. You know what I mean? They're going to have to throw it. And like Baker was looking good, but he wasn't going to. I wouldn't trust in Baker to go down the field in 20 seconds.
He did not look good in the 2-minute drill. He had about a minute and 46 seconds, I think. No timeouts, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Too many passes in the middle of the field that didn't get you enough. You know what I mean? You got to work them sidelines. Them sidelines got to be precious to you, right? They got to timeout.
Absolutely. Timeout.
That's the game.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Especially if you ain't got no
You think the
timeout.
clock should stop for first downs?
No.
Like in college? No. Those college games are 4 hours. They're too long to begin with anyway. I mean, if anything, the college game should go back to the pros because those games just go on forever.
Yeah.
Okay. We ready for power? No, we're waiting for power rankings on Thursday. All right? Got a show tomorrow with I got to call my man Jim, make sure he's ready to go. And we got Rock and Robbie and Birdie, and we got Riley doing an unbelievable job as producing. I think we're in a good place. Who's the best team in football? Let's hand it off around the board. I'll stop. I tell you, saying this unemotionally. The Dallas Cowboys are this much away from undefeated, and the team that beat them is the GOAT, Tampa Bay, first game when they got their Super Bowl rings. Without that minute and 37 seconds they gave Tom Brady, they would be undefeated. Okay, they have victories over the Chargers. They have two convincing division conference division wins. Okay, and they absolutely smashed the Carolina Panthers, who were undefeated when they played them. I'm thinking if you look at it in black and white and just the resume on paper, it'd be tough to argue against the Cowboys. That's why I'm going to stay with them, number one, even though my heart's in Tampa. Birdie, what do you got next? Who's the best team in football?
Well, for me, it's Buffalo.
Okay.
They went in there last night, smacked Mahomes around, both sides of the ball, just took it right to him. I mean, that doesn't happen to a Kansas City that much. It was like it was not even competitive. They're the most balanced team. This could change week to week, but for me right now, it's Buffalo.
Right?
I'm going to go with the same thing Birdie's saying, Buffalo. And I hate to say Buffalo, but I won't say Dallas. You
could say you could make a case for the Rams.
I agree with Birdie. Like from top to bottom, offensively and defensively, 11 from 1 through 11 offensively, 1 through 11 defensively. They're solid.
They're hungry.
You think they're better than Tampa Bay, 1 through 11 on both sides of the ball?
Tampa Bay secondary is the weak
spot.
All right,
you're right. Absolutely right. Riley, who's the best team in football?
The Broncos? No, I'm just kidding. The Rams, seriously. I've been going on about the Cardinals, and for my power rankings, I probably have Cardinals at 1, but still I think at the end of the year and at the end of the regular season, it's going to be the Rams with the best schedule and the best team. I think the offense is just clicking at everything. They looked great on Thursday. Jalen Ramsey's making really big plays. Their defense is doing really good, and just all the weapons are working. Kupp, Woods, Higbee, even the tight end was looking really good. The running back, Darrell Henderson, looks great. The coaches, they had one bad loss to the Cardinals, but other than that, beating the Bucs is huge because it's a Super Bowl team. So I'm gonna go with the Rams and Stafford.
Okay, there you have it. It's BADCATZ Sports Podcast. We got the Red Sox coming on. Okay, we got.
Let's go!
Are you ready for some football?
Let's go, Red Sox.
Let's go! I got my shirt on, old school.
Let's go. Big game for the Red Sox. Let's close it out. Let's get to ALDS for God knows how many times in the 21st century. You know how we do it, man. We are the BADCATZ Podcast. Peace.
Yep.